look what we have here. So we have our second Nightshade. The first one was all black, and this one is the Ice Cap. You have three models, remember. You have a black, which is your midnight black. You have an Ice Cap, and you have your supersonic red. All are gonna have these accents here. Accents across the bottom. You're gonna have your gloss black grille, gloss black air curtains, piano skirting, that's gonna be gloss black. 19-inch alloy wheels, those are gonna be matte black. Gloss black side mirrors with your integrated turn signal and your blind spot monitoring. Gloss black door handles. Now the last model we saw actually had your automatic lock and unlock, which is part of a convenience package. This one doesn't have that, nor does it have a moonroof. So remember, those are options that you can get, guys, but it's not standard. So as we walk around here to the back, we have a lower black diffuser. So more accents on the back. So this one is based on the SE, remember guys. So it just has your larger tires, so it looks just like an SE. But you also have your gloss black spoiler on the back. Let me give you a quick side profile of the Nightshade. Now on the inside, we're gonna find black soft text seating, power seats, so that's standard on the SE/Nightshade. 8-way adjustable. You're gonna see your Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, so automatic high beam lights. You have your lane departure, adaptive cruise control, pre-collision. You're also gonna have things like PDA and your safe exit assist. Sportscast pedaling, so if you want sporty, there's your sportscast pedaling. Now the black model that we saw, that one had the upgraded audio. This one is your standard 8-inch display here. So dual zone climate control is standard. 7-inch digital cluster. Just your regular dimming mirror. You can add a HomeLink mirror, but that's not standard. And as I mentioned before, it does not have a moonroof, which you can add. If you haven't purchased in 4 to 5 years, guys, a lot of things can change. So all this has changed right in here. So this is a little bit different. So if you go up right here, so anything on this leaf right here is gonna tell you a little bit more about your fuel economy and how you're doing as far as your fuel efficiency. So this right here, because this is a hybrid, this tachometer looks a little bit different here. So it has your power, your eco, and your charge. Anytime you're braking, it's going to shoot down towards the charge here because it's turning that generator. Generator's charging the battery. You have your eco, which is your charging, and then when you accelerate, that's going to be your power. Okay. Of course, that's your speed. That's your transmission status. So as I change that, you see it changes between a reverse, a neutral, drive. Okay. And if I shift over to sequential shifting, then I can shift there as well, guys. So you have all that information there for you. But as you see to the right here, you see additional information like your PDA, proactive drive assist. So that's changing things like your deceleration assist, obstacle avoidance assist. That's part of all your safety, and you can turn all those things off, guys. So you have your adaptive cruise control, which you can go between here. So just press this right here to toggle between the two, okay? And that'll allow you to actually engage your cruise control at 1 mile per hour all the way up to higher speeds, or with your constant, you can only engage it at 30 miles per hour and higher. Anything below that is it's not gonna allow you to engage that, and it's gonna kick you off of your cruise control once you go below that if traffic slows past 30 miles per hour. This right here, you'll be able to use this right here to go between your different sort of distances between you and another vehicle here. So you'll see that. So right in here, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. So on the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, you can go all the way up to 4-car lane, but below that, like 2.5 plus, 2.5, anything like that, it only gives you up to 3. So like in your Tundras, your Sequoias, the current RAV4s, stuff like that, okay? So as I go down here, this right here would control, like I said, that's where you can sort of see that on a little bit bigger scale there, where you can go between your different sort of distances between you and another car, and then your vehicle will start to brake. Now, once you hit this button here, that's gonna be your set button. You'll be able to set this right here, your cruise control, and that'll start to brake once you come to that distance between you and another car, and that's gonna be your, this is gonna be your lane keep assist. Let me zoom out just a little bit where you guys can see that. There we go. And then you can go up 1 mile per hour at a time or down 1 mile per hour at a time, or you can cancel. So either or, okay? And then these little arrows right here, you're gonna go between your different presets there, so you'll be able to capture up to 6 presets there for this 8-inch display here, which is standard. And this mode button, you'll be able to mute or pause the radio, or if you're on a phone call, you'll be able to mute that phone call as well. Or if you need to increase the volume, just press this right here to increase your volume. This right here is just the navigation of this 7-inch digital cluster. This right here is going to be for your Bluetooth. So press that to pick up, press it again to disconnect, okay? And then your voice command, you can change the radio stations. So tune to 105.3, or you could say change temperature to 72 degrees, change it to 69, change fan speed to 5, 4, maximum, minimum, things like that, okay? So that's information. So a lot of technology on these cars today, guys. So automatic high beam lights, that is part of your Toyota Safety Sense. So just put it on automatic here. Don't press it forward, Just leaving this setting here, and it automatically raises and lower as you come across headlights, tail lights, or lamp lights, okay, from a street lamp. And then, of course, I don't know if you guys can see that, you do have your paddle shifter, so that you're going up in a gear, and that's going down in your gear right there, okay? That's what that is. And then you have your controls over here on the left right here. So trunk release, gas door release, your illumination of the dash right here. You have your traction control, so that works with the ABS brakes. So if the tire slips, it's going to bring the tire back into sync with the tire that's spinning at normal speed. Then you have your light right here for your automatic high beam lights. If that light is not on, guys, if it's not glowing in amber, then it is not active, okay? And you'll see it there as well. Somewhere up in this area here, you'll see automatic. You'll see this symbol right here with the A in it there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. As we go to the right here, all your Camry's model is going to be push button start, so no more keys. And you have, like I said, a 8-inch infotainment display here. And this is typically how it looks when you first get your vehicle. But what you want to do, first of all, you want to download the Toyota app. So if your salesperson did not set you up for this, so shame on them. They should have set you up for the app. Once you set up the app, guys, you're going to add your vehicle. And to add your vehicle, you're going to go to add vehicle, and you're going to either enter it, or you can just scan this right here. You can scan that right there, and it's going to actually add it to that app. You're going to hit save vehicle. Now, once you do that, you're going to hit English or whatever applies to you, Spanish or French. And you're going to scan this QR code right here. Once you scan the QR code, then you're going to hit this continue, and you're going to enter that code right there. Once you enter that code, it's going to actually ask you to confirm it. So enter your phone number back in. It's going to shoot you a code. It may say yes. Just enter yes, and it's going to shoot you a code. Once you enter that code, then it's going to sync you to the car right here. So between the car and your phone, okay? And at that point, just follow the prompts, guys. It'll ask you to accept the services. It'll tell you what's available to you and everything. So your remote start is standard on all your Camry models, so that's standard. Whether or not you go to LE all the way up. You have your Safety Connect, which is going to be here. And then you have your Service Connect. That's going to help you with, keep up with your service and stuff like that, okay? So all your models are going to have your dual zone climate control. So you have your fan speed, you have your different direction, you have your sync, and you also have this button right here that you don't see necessarily like in the Land Cruiser and stuff like that. That's going to be your smart flow, okay? So that's going to shut off those zones. If the air's not blowing in the back, guys, make sure this button right here is off. It is not activated. If it's activated, see right there what it says? It says only to occupied front seats, okay? So it's going to shut those zones off, okay? You have your automatic where you can activate it kind of like a thermostat, and as you adjust the temperature, the fan is going to fluctuate as well. Then, of course, you have your hazard lights. Wireless charging is standard. It's constantly hot, guys, so make sure you're not placing anything metal on that because it could heat that up and really damage something, okay? So you have plenty of space here. Cup holders. You have your transmission statuses right here, Eco, Normal, and Sport. So that shouldn't be foreign. That should be on a lot of vehicles, even vehicles that might be 4 or 5 years old, something like that. You're going to see some variation of that. Then you have your hold button that's going to hold your brakes in place. So you can take your foot off the brakes and sort of relax your leg there. So if you're stuck in traffic, maybe you're at an ATM or something like that, you can do that. But you have to make sure that you have your seatbelt on, make sure that door is closed, guys. Otherwise, it won't allow you to engage it. And this is what you're going to see. You're going to see that, okay, until you satisfy those two things. You have your EV mode. That's something that you're going to see on most of your hybrid models, with the exception of the Hybrid Max options, okay? This is more like that's a stronger engine, guys, and you're really not going to see that. But this right here is a fuel saver, guys. So use this as often as you can. As long as you have sufficient charge on the battery, which you see under your energy monitor, then you'll be able to engage this, and you can engage it up to about 25 miles per hour because that's the capability of the battery. Anything beyond that, it's going to kick you out. Or if you accelerate and it senses that you're going past that, that's a little bit more than the battery can offer. So it's going to kick you off of that. And then you have your electronic parking brakes. That's in most of your Toyota models today. Put your vehicle in drive, it's going to disengage. Put it in park, it's going to re-engage. Other than that, no need to touch it, guys. So I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, make sure you drop that in the comments. So like I said, no automatic dimming mirror because, like I said, this doesn't have a convenience package. Typically with a convenience package, you're going to have automatic dimming mirrors, guys. So you will have that. And you can get that as a standalone option as far as home link with the automatic dimming mirror. So up top here, like I mentioned before, you do have your Safety Connect. That is complimentary for 10 years from Toyota, guys. So make sure your salesperson is registering you for that. If your airbags deploy, it automatically calls out the local authorities, guys. It is a great safety feature. I hear a lot of people talk about invasion of privacy. Guys, your family wants to make sure that you're safe, and every time that you travel, it's always a possibility somebody else could be not paying attention and cause an unnecessary accident. This right here is going to help them respond to your location in a quick manner, guys. So make sure you're registering for that. It is a great feature. So looking in the second row, we're going to find more Softex seating. Going to have pockets on the back side of the driver's seat, passenger seat, and there's your vents right there. Remember, guys, if these vents are not blowing, make sure your smart flow is off. And then you have some connectivity down at the bottom here that you can see. You have a USB-A, USB-C, cup holders in the doors, as you can see. And also, these windows, one touch down, one touch up. Check that out, guys. You don't have to hold it. You see that? Bet you didn't know that. But we got cup holders here, armrest, and let's check out the trunk in the back because we got plenty of space back there. And got plenty of space in the trunk. Full size diameter spare. That's something that you're not seeing on a lot of hybrids and stuff like that. So you have your sound dampening material, and right under that, as you can see, you have your full size diameter spare. And that's so you don't have to disable your vehicle stability control. Now, if you need to fold down those seats, you can fold down those seats in a 60-40 split. Just pull these little tabs here. It's going to fold the left side down. That's your 40%, and there's your 60% right there. So plenty of room for golf clubs, things like that, strollers, for the family for a day at the park. And you have your government mandated trunk release right there. So if somebody slams you in the trunk, this right here glows in the dark, just pull that right there and you can get right out, guys. And backup cameras are standard since around 2014. But guys, that is your Ice Cap Nightshade in a quick video. And do you guys like this Nightshade, or do you like the black on black Nightshade? And remember, you have a supersonic red coming as well. But what do you guys think? Just give you a quick walk around of the Ice Cap Nightshade. Really good looking vehicle with the accents. I like a vehicle that has, contrast there, guys, and I know you'll love this vehicle here. I love it, but what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Thanks for joining me in reviewing the 2026 Camry Nightshade in Ice Cap, Midnight Black, and Supersonic Red. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because I'm dropping a lot of videos on new cars, and when those RAV4s come out, you want to be subscribed. Therefore, you're getting the first dibs on what's new on those vehicles. You can always find me right here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Andre Drives. But thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time right here, Andre Drives. Bye.